Yes, let's get right out to Lauren Zenzi with Governor Lamont there in Hartford at the Emergency Operations Center. Lauren.
Tim and Erica, emergency operations are well underway here for the state of Connecticut. And something that is really impressive, I just walked through the Emergency Operations Center, and we are joined by Governor Lamont this morning, is how well organized and how many hands from all municipalities are on deck here.
We're here at the Emergency Operations Center. We all sit around the big horseshoe there. We have the utilities, we have the telecom companies, we have the Guard, we have DOT, we have DEEP, which is environment, flooding, and transportation, all working hand in hand. I think the only slightly good news I heard is that the storm moves east a little bit. The worst of the wind is outside the entrance to the Long Island Sound, not inside. Probably a little less surge going forward. That'll protect a bit our coastal communities, but still heavy rain, especially in western Connecticut, where I think you're going to see some real flooding.
And we've been talking things on the roads all morning, advising people to stay off the roads, especially on 95. We've also been talking about how on 95 there was a ban issued for tractor trailers, empty tractor trailers, tandem tractor trailers. What's the message that you have for people when it comes to staying off the roads and really staying safe, and especially in the coastal communities?
We have EMT, we have utility vehicles, we have everybody out there trying to make sure we get this storm behind us, we get power up and keep you safe. And if there are extra cars in the road or big trucks, somebody spins out, they shut down a couple lanes on I-95, that interferes with our rescue efforts.
And I think it's so important to stress the significance, even though it has been brought down from a hurricane to a tropical storm, the danger is still there for everybody, not only the coastal areas.
Yeah, don't let tropical storm, don't let the name Henri imply that this is not a really severe storm. It's rain on top of already drenched soil. What that means in terms of flooding, what that means in terms of trees that get uprooted, fall over a power line. The jury's out in terms of how severe the damage is going to be, but we're prepared for the worst.
And here at the Emergency Operations Center, talk to the audience about how much things are forever changing here. How many meetings, how many different facets truly go into making the decisions, not only on the roads, but with evacuations and things like that as well.
Well, I'll give you an example. We had the guy for the National Weather Service, and I thought you look at the radar map and you see, okay, there's a lot of rain over there. They can see exactly where the rainfall is concentrated, how that will impact the Connecticut River, and what parts of the Connecticut River might flood first, so we can notify municipalities and respond accordingly. It's gotten more precise.
And how important is it that each municipality, I know that we have our Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro in Stonington this morning, and he is getting absolutely pummeled out there. How important is it that each municipality really has their own jurisdiction to be able to make these tough decisions to keep everyone in the community safe?
Yeah, great question. So every one of our communities, they have their own emergency operations center, just like this is the one for the state. They have their liaison with Eversource, United Illuminating, so they have their direct contacts. Because you point out, it's all local, and every town is, look, out there in Groton, New London, Stonington, like you said, hit hard. We've had to close down and evacuate a couple of nursing homes, a few nursing homes already. Out on the other side of the state, it's going to be wet.
Absolutely. Now, when you look at how much has changed, not only since the past couple of days, but last night, today, how confident are you that, Eversource, UI are able to keep up with all of this and keep things going?
I can tell you they're online with us every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day as we do our centers. They're reaching out much better with the mayors. I've heard that from the mayors. I know they have twice as many teams on the ground today as we had a year ago, because there were not enough teams on the ground during ICEA. Now it's trust but verify.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a little disheartening and a little concerning to hear possibly 8 to 21 days without power. That's a lot of days without power, without, air conditioning, especially with a possible heat wave coming.
We just had that discussion. I said, what are you talking about, 21 days, 90-degree weather? 21 days is some legal term they have for this type of a storm. I guarantee you, we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to go after those biggest concentration. If there's an outage, take care of those folks first. Maybe there's somebody at the end of 100 yards of a driveway that takes a little bit longer to get up. No 21 days, no way.
Absolutely, and that is a really comforting thing to hear, because I don't think any of us want to be without power for 21 days. I know last summer I had no power for about 6 days, and that felt like eternity, especially in the middle of summer. Now, lastly, Governor, what is a message that you have for people right now that may be watching, whether it's via the television or if they've already lost power on an app?
I think my message is, I know you had something else in mind for a Sunday in August. You know, it's been a really tough year and a half. I think you've got a team in place here in Connecticut that's going to do everything we can to protect you, make sure we get your power up. I'm sorry, it's going to take a few more days of patience until we get this thing behind us and we get the repairs going in a big way, but it's going to be a good time by the end of this week. We're working it.
Absolutely. Governor, I know that you have a lot of work to do here at the command center. It's truly an impressive effort. Like the governor was saying, all hands are on deck here, whether it's the Red Cross, state police, emergency services, you name it. They are here making sure to keep everybody safe. Governor, I appreciate your time.
Nice to see you.
Absolutely. We'll continue to keep you up to date all morning long on the latest with not only Governor Ned Lamont, but also Eversource and everything as it becomes available on air, online, on the Fox 61 News app. We're live in Hartford this morning. I'm Lauren Zenzi, Fox 61 News. Back to you.